Hey SPN family, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jill.
And this is Roadhouse Idiots.
Guys, I'm actually really excited to talk about this week's episode because last week we gave First Blood 9.5 Impalas. And usually, no offense, but Supernatural, we love you a lot. But usually after we get an episode that I really, really love, a lot of times, sometimes they'll give us like these filler unless we're at really close to the end of the episodes and the end of the season. And I was afraid we were going to get some of that this week.
Yeah.
No, we had another great episode.
And we did. I was really excited to see Alicia Witt. I've loved her in a lot of the TV stuff she's done in the past, particularly Nashville. I thought she was a really good kind of villain character in that show, but another show for another time. She was again kind of an anti-hero. So when we first see her, we just think, oh, she's just this mercenary killing a bunch of angels. Well, in fact, she actually has a
pretty damn good reason.
So episode starts with the cold open. It was kind of cool seeing, an arcade that had a bar in it. I thought that was pretty cool.
I enjoyed that.
Yep. Angel gets killed. Cass becomes aware of it through Angel Radio. And then after that, we cut to Dean and Cass giving each other the silent treatment.
Love that.
And Sam stuck in the middle, all like, hey
Can't
guys,
we get along?
stop fighting, please.
Don't fight. I don't like
Stop
this.
fighting.
It's awkward. It's an awkward car ride.
Yeah. Who hasn't been in an awkward car ride like that? Like
everyone in
ever
the Impala
has been in,
but in real life too. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I mean.
Awkward car rides suck. They're just so awkward.
It was a good depiction of it.
I feel like that's a future segment for us to do, like our top 10 awkward Impala car rides.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe we'll make that.
Could be. After the car ride, Sam, Dean, Cass meet Isham. Thank you. I completely forgot the name. Isham, the tool bag angel, and the other chick angel, which I honestly forgot her name. But case in point, she dies. They all find out. Fight ensues. Everybody disperses. People get hurt. Dean gets blinded temporarily. Cut to commercial. Come out of commercial break.
Cut to commercial.
And now we're at
like a very specific book report.
We're at Isham's safe house, which was a church. Oh, angel in a church. Go figure. We get a little bit of backstory of Isham and then that whole clan of angels, including Castiel. I was kind of curious because I was aware that this episode was going to be a Cass flashback episode, and I was like, are they really going to use Jimmy Novak's vessel for the flashback? But they didn't.
And I liked that a lot because I think it's so important, and oddly enough, amazingly great timing, because out there in the non-canon world, we were just talking about Destiel. And I think it's so funny because taking pairings out of this, and this has nothing to do with any sort of pairings whatsoever, but when you take pairings out of this, I think it's so funny that people talk about Cass's sexuality a lot on the show. And it was really great to talk about how when they were like, wait, Benjamin's a woman? And he's like, no, he's Benjamin, but his vessel was this. It was more than that. They shared this, love for each other. And that angels aren't necessarily with their vessels. We've seen it throughout the series, but I really liked the interpretation of this, of, Cass's previous vessel being a woman.
That was interesting.
I found that interesting. I thought it was an interesting facet.
It was a different way to see Cass as this, orderly soldier.
Very season 4.
Very by the book. Yeah.
Very season 4.
Very season 4.
Which was
pre-human emotion and
being Winchesterified.
Yeah, exactly.
And I loved seeing that. And it was I liked his decisions of how she, at the time, but the vessel of Castiel just spoke, and it's so matter-of-factly, like, this is wrong, we have to do this, we have to put a stop to it, end of question. If you go back and watch season 4, that's how Castiel is about everything. It's not until he spends more and more time with the Winchesters, and actually, as we were hearing our little anti-hero spiel about how through living longer life, she was becoming less and less human.
Yeah.
I feel like we were having the exact opposite happen to Castiel. The
Yep.
longer he spends with the Winchesters, the more human
Yep.
he becomes.
Yep. So continuing that flashback, Isham's version of the story is the mission is to, I guess, I don't know what word you want to use, kill or eradicate or what, but eradicate this, what they call a Nephilim, which is an angel, half human, half angel, essentially.
Makes a child.
So that's what we expect happens. So we figure out, well, that's not necessarily what really happens.
Baloney.
Sam and Dean meet up with Lily. Again, I love the character. At a hotel room.
Fun.
And she gave her side of the story, which was her and Isham had a little, bow chicka bow wow.
And then they broke up and he
got super jealous.
Facebook stalked her and then killed her ex and killed her child. Craigslist killer, stalker, jerk. Total ass butt.
Total tool bag. Snap on tool.
Way to go. You terrible human being.
So they all find
terrible
out.
Terrible angel,
then,
sorry, not human being.
In typical, episode fashion, there's a big climactic fight, and then the bad guy dies, and then
per usual,
the anti-hero and our heroes split apart at the end.
Of Castiel getting the kill.
Yeah.
But this week it was so much more obvious that it was going to be Castiel who did the killing. I loved the hesitation when Dean was doing the warding. And I was like, dude, isn't I going to also send Castiel away? And then he didn't do it because he didn't want to send Castiel away, especially injured. I like that we talked about that and he couldn't do it. I had just brought up to you last week, in last week's discussion, about how I was concerned for Castiel and his self-esteem, how I've said in the past we've been worrying about the Winchesters. And then, but how last week I was so concerned that Castiel's self-esteem was at an all-time low. And this week was just hammering that theme in. About how he's in a fight with the Winchesters, mostly Dean. But then he gets in a fight with Isham, who's treating him like crap. This guy's just a jerk all around.
Snap on tool.
And so, I know you didn't like him at all. So kudos to the actor, because we got such a great negative opinion of him.
If I think your character sucks, you did a good job.
You did a good job to make you feel that emotion. So that was really cool. But, I mean, poor Cass. He's just getting beat up. And it's you hear the Winchesters going this is how you let your friends talk to you. And then when Sam and Dean go to check on Lily, Isham turns around and he's like, that's how you let those humans talk to you. And he's just getting beat up from every freaking angle, and it's kind of tough to watch because Castiel just keeps coming from this selfless place of, well, it's fine because my concern's for Benjamin, so as long as we're doing what's best to help him, I'm fine with it. And then at the end of the episode, when he kills Isham and Sam and Dean are basically telling Lily, okay, you're done. You can't get revenge. And Castiel just willingly is like, no, if you can't find a way to forgive me, I'll be waiting for you.
And that was a good scene. I really, really like that. And I think she did find solace because she killed her daughter's killer.
Yes. And I think
that's the epitome of revenge right there.
I think she just feels lost because unfortunately,
she
consumed her for more of a even that, but just revenge is something that can consume you and you lose yourself in it. The number one example of this show that we have that is John Winchester. Not even Sam and Dean, but John Winchester, because when we go to John Winchester's A+ parenting, right? It all comes back to, him losing himself in this journey of revenge and doing the best he could with what he got. And now she's lost her purpose because this was her only purpose. And so I think she realizes that killing Cass wouldn't bring her any more peace, that she's never going to get any more peace than she currently has. She's not okay, but killing him would not make her more okay in any way. I loved the family element with Castiel being such a third brother. I love the fighting between Dean and Cass because Sam and Dean fight all the time. They really do. For brothers that get along so well, they get in a lot of arguments too. So I absolutely love that they were fighting because to me, it shows another level of closeness of your family. Like to me, you have to love someone. If I like meet a stranger on the street or if I'm even with a friend and we have a disagreement, at a certain point, I'll just be polite and be like, all right, let's just agree to disagree. But if like I'm pissed at you, I'll yell at you.
Sure.
Because, and vice versa, because we feel safe enough, you know, to like let's be real, you only get mad at the people you care about most because it's a safe place to get mad. So like the fact that they're fighting
and you're not
is like an element of family. Like that to me shows that you're even closer. Oh, here I am. If you're fighting, you're in a good place. No, I'm not saying that, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
If you feel safe enough to do that, that was a really good place. And I really like that Sam was included in a lot of the thing at the end with like Sam telling Cass like don't say that, like how he felt about it, because I think it's important. Yes, at the beginning, earlier seasons, definitely Cass and Dean had a closer relationship and easier friendship than Sam and Cass. Like I think there were so many people that was upset when Sam came back got his soul back that he didn't hug Castiel. Like that was a big thing. But now I feel like at this point, and it has been for a few seasons, that Cass and Sam are also brotherly. Like they're three brothers.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a.
We got to see that. I love family scenes. Like I love the episode of Baby because it was all that family dialogue. We got a lot of great family dialogue. I loved even when Dean's like pissed at Cass and he's trying to talk to Lily. Like, look, we get it. You got to kill these angels because they killed your family. But Cass is our family, so you can't kill him.
Yeah.
Impasse.
Yeah. All right, ready for the rating?
No. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. What you got?
I got 7.
You
got
got 8.
So
7.5 Impalas. A lot of halves, but we've been close in our rating. 7.5 Impalas.
That's pretty good.
It's a good score.
Yep.
Especially if they're coming after a 9.5 Impalas. Good back-to-back weeks. I gave it an 8 because I love brother dialogue, and I feel like we got it with Sam and Dean and Cass, and I loved all those elements.
Yep, I gave it a 7.5. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. I mean,
it was definitely predictable. Like everything.
It held my attention. I wasn't like checking my phone, like doing that kind of thing, like have it on the background. No, I was fully engaged in the episode, except when I forgot the Toolbag Angel's name. Anyway, it was good. I'm such a sucker for like the overarching season storyline, so
that's where you put it down. All right, that's
fair. Again, no spawn of Satan. There's a mention of it. No British men of letters. But yeah, you go.
I'm sorry to interrupt because I do think there was an important message here towards the overall story arc because it showed morals. How do we feel about
killing a kid?
About killing a kid who's a half-breed of someone who's already dangerous, and now this is more dangerous. Because we just saw the Castiel from the Angel's perspective of this was our mission, this is what we have to do. And I think that, and then we have Sam and Dean who are like, we're humans, we don't do this.
Yeah.
And we are going to see this again with Men of Letters.
My prediction is that Men of Letters are going to want to kill the spawn of Satan. Sam and Dean. Yeah, I know, right? That's a hot take.
No! Sorry.
That's a hot take right there, right? Sam and Dean are not going to want that baby killed because it's baby. And
this is a baby.
Cue the season finale.
The fighting.
That's the season. That's going to be the season cliffhanger.
Right, speaking of predictions and like previews of clips.
CW.
Yeah.
We got a bone to pick.
Come on! 2 weeks in a row. What do Supernatural fans like seeing at the end of a Supernatural episode? Not a preview for a show that is about to start 5 seconds later, whatever, Riverdale.
I know
Sorry
you're really
to the people
trying
who
to
work on Riverdale.
Yeah,
But
I know you're really trying to promote Riverdale, but we already get like promos in and out of just about every commercial break. It's usually the last promo right before you come back in from commercial. So we get it. Riverdale comes on right after Supernatural.
it's cool.
I don't.
Whatever.
I'm not interested in it.
I
right?
want to see my preview for next week's episode of Supernatural.
I want to know what we're getting into. I want to know.
Seriously, CW.
You know.
I love you. I got a lot of love for you, CW. I really appreciate you keeping our favorite show on the year for like 12, soon to be 13 seasons. But listen, this show is older than you are, CW. It's older than you. Show your elder some respect and give us our preview for next week's episode.
Yeah, give us some content to talk about.
Some content to talk about for next week.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Oh, not it. This has nothing to do with this week's episode. Really enjoyed this week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Good, solid 7.5 Impalas. Another random PSA for those of you on the convention circuit, because this just came out today, and I am so excited about it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan has just been at it to like 5 conventions this year, which is awesome because we didn't think we were going to get him now that he's all like on Walking Dead and doing his thing. Negan. Again. So he's doing his thing, but he just has been at it to a bunch of conventions, including Jersey, which is our next convention.
Yep.
So I'm so excited that we get some Papa Winchester because his character infuriated me, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan is awesome.
Yep.
Like 100% awesome. So excited.
You're excited.
All right, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think needs to be done in regards to Satan's unborn child. What side of the scale do you fall on? What side of the scale do you think Sam and Dean will fall on? And also, let us know. Were you missing your Supernatural preview? Maybe if we politely point this out to CW through Twitter.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we can get our previews back, because I'm kind of missing them.
Yep.
Please.
Speaking of Twitter, please feel free to follow us at Roadhouse Idiots.
At Roadhouse Idiots.
You can like us on Facebook at Roadhouse Idiots as well.
Yeah, we always put a link in the description box below. Yeah. And please make sure to subscribe to these videos because we put out new videos every Friday doing Supernatural recaps and whatever else Supernatural's going on. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by the Roadhouse.
Carry on and have a wayward week and go Pats.
Had to get that in there, didn't you? You just had to.